Smoking up a storm. I told them that's not a good idea because they're gonna start some sort of forest fire out here.
You know Agent Baker over there? He's kind of a dolt. He's actually an idiot.
But they didn't want to listen to me. That must be what you're smelling. But yeah, so.
And Baker's just standing there for like 10 seconds in the silent, and the fog comes back in and says, "This is so fucking cool."
And disorder.
What's up? Welcome to Law and Disorder Season 2, Episode 5 of Sentinels of Twilight. Sorry about last week. We had some unfortunate cancellations, but the band's back together, and we're going to see what happens over at old Yosemite. How are the agents doing today? And Handler, because I am no longer the Handler this time.
The Handler is busy trying to stay warm.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yep, Big Freeze coming here too, but doing good otherwise. Excited to be here.
I called off work today because it was so cold, and I'm just like, no, I can't do it. And this guy at work, Bill, he posted on Facebook. He's like, "Yeah, I'm so glad I called off work today." and like 13 people from work are like, "You fucking pussy."
Why would you post that? Why would you let everybody know?
Yeah, that is sensitive information.
Yeah. I'm sick. I'm not coming in. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I actually did have to call off sick today. I came down with the flu. I think that everyone's getting going around. So if I sound a little spaced out or cough a little bit, just that's the reason why. Everybody.
No, I'm hoping we get an irritated asshole Agent Smiley tonight.
That's the difference between being the player and the character.
Excuse me, sir. Fuck you.
I beg your finest fucking pardon? No, fuck you.
I'm sorry, Rangers. I'm not going to talk to you. I got a headache right now, and I just don't want to mess with it.
Go back to the infirmary. There's all kinds of medicine back there.
This is true.
Yeah. And the Chihuahua-sized jizz monster.
And the Chihuahua-sized jizz monster.
I also really like the idea of, in the Discord, Bob, you gave the good idea of like maybe Smiley just took a bunch of edibles from the hippies, and that's why he's like a little spacey this time.
Stars of Death are 500 milligrams a pop, so you'd be drooling on the carpet as well. We don't want to incapacitate you that much.
Yeah, not with the little slime monster running around, whatever that thing is.
I've never done shrooms or anything, but like I would love to, but I'm so scared.
So
I'd probably be that guy sitting in a corner, like
if you're
wigging out.
Do that for the first time, you need a trip sitter. You need somebody to sit with you who is sober and can make sure you're in the right headspace and that you don't go to the dark lands. Ask Gary about how his solo trip went one of these days.
Oh, I can only imagine.
He's like, the pizza started growing faces, and then there was a river running through the wall. I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound like.
Yeah.
I could do without that. I had, at one point, I tried an exceptionally potent edible, and that was 27 hours of my life that I hope I never have to go through again. I don't recommend it.
27 hours.
That reminds me of the time when you were, I don't know, you got home from work when you were living here, like, I don't know, late evening, maybe early evening, and you stopped at 7-Eleven and got like a melatonin brownie, and I didn't see you for 2 days.
Yep. I had no idea what it was. I thought it was a shitty gas station brownie. I was working midnights and I stopped up at the 7-Eleven at the corner because we needed toilet paper. And that was like the one thing we absolutely could not run out of at the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, working midnights. I was half hungry. I was just like, it's a brownie. All right, fine. So that's when I ate the thing. And that's when I read the packaging. It was like, only eat half. How many milligrams of melatonin? I think I slept for at least 24 hours. It's like, you didn't even knock on the door to make sure I was alive, you dick.
No.
Nah.
No.
At least it wasn't that hot out. So if I had started rotting,
my house wouldn't stink up too quick.
No, we had banned your bandmates for that.
Yes. We were so dumb. So when Bob was living here, the short period of time between when I was a cable guy and before I got the job at FedEx, I was working at my dad's steel shop part-time. And the place is full of they're never going to listen to this. The place is full of scum of the earth people.
Oh.
And I was slowly degrading into one of those people because we did at the house every Sunday, we would have a party. We would have all our close friends over. We'd hang out, watch movies, drink, and just be stupid and stay up to the wee hours in the morning when I had to start work at 6 a.m. And I just stopped going to work randomly, random days. I would just show up when I felt like it. Never got in trouble for it.
There were definitely some bangers thrown at that house.
Yeah.
And so
waking up to people just sleeping in the backyard.
That happened on more than one occasion. You remember?
Yeah.
Who was it? It was friends of Mike's were out partying, and then we were tapped out. It was 3 or 4 in the morning, and they're like, "Do you mind if we still hang out in the backyard?" And it was like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't care where you go, but it's not here."
Yeah, just go. And they're all drunk, and we're just telling them, "Yeah, get your car."
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't care where you go. Figure it out. You're a grown-ass man. But it originally started because everybody was coming out to get rowdy for my the hockey games that I was playing.
Right.
And it turned into a debacle because people were getting shit-faced in the stands. And
yeah. I almost got into it was me and someone else almost got into a fight with some guy from the other team when we were walking out.
It was most of the team because Sim's girlfriend wouldn't stop talking shit.
Yeah, she was.
You remember?
Crazy. Yeah.
She was chirping, and the guy's like, your fan section, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, don't be mad that we have people to show up and watch us play.
It's a freaking beer league, dude. Get over yourself.
Dude was ready to throw down. That would have been fun. But whatever. It was years ago.
Yeah.
Sounds like quite a night. I am done and indeed ready to roll. Thank you all for your patience.
No problem. So we won't put this in here, but is everything okay, or is it just work stuff the past couple days?
Both, actually.
Both.
Work was the main thing. I'm in kind of a supervisory position, and we had some call outs as well.
Yeah.
And what I do, it's I can't basically I have to be on duty if I'm going to do it. It's literally a lives matter kind of thing. So
yeah.
And then we also, just like the rest of y'all, I know last we were talking about the weather, we've got that cold snap coming in as well. And we are, we're homesteaders. So there's lots and lots and lots of things for us to do for animals
Prepare.
and vegetation and
Yeah.
exactly. All that kind of
Gotcha.
stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, it's been
Well,
a
I'm
whirlwind.
glad it was
but
glad it wasn't
no,
like
no family
anything
losses
bad.
or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Good. All right. I got to get in my player zone. Yeah. So I guess with that, we'll throw it to Bob. Bob, are you going to do like a real quick recap of where we left off, or
Yeah, I can
you
do
want
that.
me to, or you got it? Okay.
I can do that. So we left off last session with Santorini and Baker conducting an exam of Brandon McGill, and things went a little south. A little south by a lot south.
A little.
Santorini is now half a step from drooling on the carpet. The kid threw a psychic fit. There's a monster on the loose. And Baker's just like, yeah, business as usual. In the meantime, Agent Smiley going and spreading some very useful disinformation amongst the campers and the park staff to get the gears going as far as the cover-up goes, the eventual cover-up. So where we left off, the monster escaped. Nolan hit his brake, and there's glass all over the floor. We'll take it from there.
All right.
Nolan, go ahead.
Before we get going, I want you to lick your thumb and wipe your webcam just ever so slightly. It's driving me nuts. I was on there the whole time. Good enough.
I didn't even notice.
Okay. Go ahead, sloppy
So
bastard.
I want Nolan to start off with a luck roll.
A luck roll. I could do that. Roll luck.
I've been dreading this for 2 weeks.
Oof.
Hey.
So, as all this kind of chaos breaks out around you, the door slams shut as you're trying to get out of the room. There's the sound of all the cabinet doors slamming and the glass breaking. You hear, "What the hell's going on in there?" Followed by just an unbelievably loud crash of thunder. And as this is occurring, Ranger Tamika comes in, and she does not look happy. She goes, she kind of surveys the room and starts asking, what's going on? What happened here? Why is he freaking out? Why is the kid freaking out? And why are you, Agent McNulty, not... Somebody better start talking. Better start explaining quickly.
So did
All
she
right.
shut the door behind her? Like, when she came in, did she shut the door behind her? Because
she opened it up and she's like physically blocking the way. So if you want to get out of there, you're going to have to bowl her over.
Okay. Well, I feel like since I hit temporary insanity and I picked flee, like, wouldn't I try to just get out of the room?
Sure.
Or
Yeah, I did write down that last time Santorini did break down and just ran out of the room. I don't know if
yeah, I think the door
she
shut
catches
before
him
I got
before.
You're right. Exactly.
out. Okay, then I think Santorini, if she's in front of the door, would just be like, I gotta get out of here, like to her. You gotta let me out of here. You gotta let me out of here. You gotta let me out of here.
There was 2 doors, right? Could he just bolt out the other one?
Yeah. There is another door. There is another door.
I think I'm a little too freaked out, and I see this one right here.
Okay.
I think it would depend on what Ranger Tamika would do because of it. Because I'm like looking at her and being like, move, get out of my way.
She's going to tell you, she's going to say this, calm down or I'm going to put you under arrest.
Okay.
And Baker steps in and puts a hand on his shoulder, Dr. Santorini, and says, "Pull yourself together, doctor."
Roll
And
psychotherapy.
Just trying to like take a little bit of pressure off of Doc, knowing that he's having a hard time with this.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll
Visibly.
psychotherapy.
Okay. I'm doubting that is a skill that Baker has.
I think everybody's got at least a 10%.
That doesn't matter. Fail. 96.
Okay.
So at this point, he freaks out even more, and you're going to try and just blow past her and try and knock her over to get out of the room.
No. I feel like Baker would put his hand on my shoulder and try to calm me down, kind of push him out of the way, and I head towards the other door, which I assume we locked. I mean, I feel like we would have done that. And I'm fidgeting with the door trying to unlock it, but I'm so freaking amped up, I can't get it.
Okay.
Unless you want me to roll something for it. But as for Santorini, he's not paying attention to Tamika. He's not paying attention to Baker.
He's just trying to get out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead.
I was going to say Baker would turn to Ranger Tamika and say, "I need to speak with you and, was it Ranger Doug?"
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Ranger Doug in here ASAP. The lives of everybody here depends on it.
Okay.
Baker just knows he's going to end up killing him anyway. So
This is your chance.
Your lives depend. It means you're going to get saved.
I can make a persuade check. He's sincere. He's genuine.
So she tries to discern whether or not you're serious, and she's 100% convinced by your tone that this is no joke. This is what's going to happen. She goes, "I need him to calm down, and I'm going to go get Ranger Doug. So do whatever you need to do to get him to chill out before this gets worse." And then she leaves to go and get the head ranger. So you've got a couple of minutes to...
Okay, Baker goes and helps Santorini open that door and looks on the other side. What's going on over here? We got to get the hell out of here.
So
what's the kid doing?
The kid is now, I won't say he's catatonic, but he's just kind of, he looks real cold, real pale, and he's rocking back and forth, just mumbling, no, like, it's bad. It's bad. He doesn't look good.
And no sign of the white blob since it crawled up, into a cabinet or something, you said?
So, I mean, it's amorphous, right? It's, I guess, semi-solid, like oobleck. You ever make oobleck when you were a kid? Almost exactly like that.
Okay, exactly like an oobleck.
Yes, exactly. You don't know what oobleck... Whatever,
No.
That's a discussion for another time. It's cornstarch and
Amorphous,
water.
though, I got it.
Okay.
But you're not sure where it went. When it jumped out and shrieked at you, it headed towards, where the cabinets and the little sink and it disappeared somewhere in there. The cabinets are open right now. With a cursory glance, you don't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, at least getting that door open and just taking a peek and trying to. He's like, "Hey man, calm down, Doc. Let me get the door. You seem a little amped up. Keep an eye out for that thing and keep your voice down."
So you open up the door from the other door, and it's a kitchen. There's no staff in it right now. Like where they actually do the prep work. There's no staff in it right now. It is lit, and there's typical kitchen stuff all over the place, but it is, at this point, empty and devoid of people.
Is there food laying around?
There is a fairly well-stocked, like, dry storage with provisions in it, and there is a fridge that does have food. Yeah.
As soon as he opens the door, I rush past Baker and I immediately like calm down a little bit, but
Okay.
I go straight for because I'm now out of the room. I'm out of the room where the threat is. So I go straight to the fridge. I open it. I go to like the pantry and I find some cereal and I just start eating it right out of the box. That was fucking insane. And I'm just eating the cereal.
Okay. You hear, as you're like focused on this, you hear pots and pans start like rattling behind you. Roll me an alertness to see if you like consciously detect it.
Okay. God damn it.
So you just keep mowing down on the cereal.
Some Count Chocula.
And we are going to cut to Agent Smiley.
Agent Smiley. Okay, so last time we saw Agent Smiley, he had successfully done two of the things he was trying to do, which was gathering some information, kind of about rumors about the boy and what he might have heard, and then starting to spread misinformation. So at this point, feeling like started the rumor mill, I think he's going to be interested in learning a little bit more about the Devil's Chair and some of the like cultural stories around it, because he's heard of like this, strange people and like Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff. So he's going to go and try to find one of the rangers and ask, is there any ranger that knows a little bit more about the stories of the area?
Yeah, so there is another Ranger Doug had
mentioned Ranger Chandler. I don't know if that
Ranger
was in
Chandler.
front of
Yes.
Smiley or not, though.
Oh, no. You know what? It sure wasn't. Good call.
Yeah.
Well, there is a cultural ranger somewhere here, but you're going to have to ask around for it. As you're still kind of making your rounds, the storm is now here, and you hear that giant crash of thunder, Baker and Santorini also. As that happens, one more group makes it in just as the rain starts like coming down, and it's a ranger with another small child. And go ahead, make an alertness roll.
Okay. One of my not specialties. 92.
So nothing immediately jumps out, but you can tell that the ranger is visibly confused. The kid's just kind of listless, but she's panicking, and you can't figure out why.
Okay, Smiley, seeing that she's kind of panicking and also just knowing enough about storms and things from being a weatherman, kind of hops over and says, "Hey, I know the storm is loud and pretty scary. Are you all right? Is everything okay?"
And she looks up at you and goes, "I thought we had this kid already." And that's when you look and notice that she brought in with her Brandon McGill. Go ahead and roll a SAM.
Let me remember how to get to my... Oh, there it is at the top. Okay. Success. Just under 56 under 57.
All right. Nice. So that is 1 point from unnatural. You can choose to project if you want.
Only 1 point? I'll take the 1 point.
Okay. So, as you lock eyes with him and make sense, you get this chill down your spine, but you hold it together and realize, okay, this is now a much bigger problem than we were originally anticipating.
Interesting. Since he was kind of able to successfully hold it together, he says, What do you mean you already had this kid? You mean in terms of like you've been trying to round everyone up from outside, or what do you mean?
This kid, this exact child has been here at this ranger station for the past day and a half. We've had him in our custody. He's in the back room with Ranger Tamika, as far as I know. We just found him wandering out by the Devil's Armchair and brought him in as the storm was getting ready to hit. I need to find Ranger Doug. I need to talk to him because we need to figure out what's going on.
I need a Zach Morris timeout right here.
All right.
So, Santorini and Baker are in the Brandon McGill, or who we think is Brandon McGill, in the infirmary.
Correct.
But Smiley is out at this exact same time in like the lobby.
Yes.
While they're bringing the kid in for the first time.
No. Well,
or
they're bringing this kid in for the first time.
Right. Who they think is Brandon McGill's. But
so there are two.
But I'm confused because you said that the ranger that brought him in front of Smiley said that this kid was also already in the ranger station.
No, she realizes she knows that it's Brandon McGill.
Okay. But to me, it sounded like they said that they think that they thought there was another Brandon McGill in the ranger station. So they are aware that there are two?
Nolan failed his sanity.
She is aware that there is now another Brandon McGill.
The ranger.
The ranger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not another. Maybe she thinks he got out and then maybe back in.
That's I was like, yeah.
Right. So, you know, we've had this kid in our care for the past day and a half. What was he doing wandering out by the Devil's Armchair? I just saw him in the back room with Ranger Tamika not too long ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I get
it. Smiley, knowing not that Brandon's back there, he has no idea, but I think he kind of thinks, oh, maybe he snuck out or maybe this is the guy. He's going to try to play into the kind of stories he's been spinning around and kind of like laugh it off and be like, oh, Ranger, this is all okay. So you can ask around, but I think this kid's been playing a prank. Like there's all of these like, you know, kind of stories going around that he's a kid from the past and he's been sneaking around. Like I think you might just want to like, you know, take a second here because I think he's trying to pull one over on you and try to persuade her using kind of the stories that have been going around. And sorry, I'm not articulating it well. I'm a little
no,
cloudy.
That's good. So that I am going to have you roll. What are we going to roll? Is it persuade? Yeah.
Well, he's trying to convince the ranger that this Brandon McGill is the same one, and he's just pulling a prank. So yeah, that's what I would.
Yeah, persuade. Go ahead and roll a persuade.
40 or 54.
Beyond all reason, she buys it. Right? Her brain can't accept that there are two separate Brandon McGills. So she's like, yeah, that's exactly what this has to be. It's got to be some kind of a prank. And she's like, I'm taking him back to Ranger Tamika. You need to stay put. And the kid just kind of doesn't really react or respond. So they move back to that back room where he had been sitting previously.
Okay. As nice as it would be to try to intercept, I don't think Smiley thinks, again, he has no idea that there's two of them. So he's like, okay, at least she doesn't believe that, you know, he could be like, it's playing into the whole prank thing. So I think Smiley's going to let him go for now.
Smiley's been like trying to plant the seeds of our end game this whole time. Like,
you're right.
So yeah, that's doing it well.
Yep. If you want, now that she's not freaking out nearly as hard, you can probably see if she knows where Ranger Chandler is.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was thinking. Is like, oh, before you go, I didn't catch your name. What's your name, Ranger?
I am Ranger Bob.
Ranger Bob? Well, nice to meet you, Ranger Bob.
Short for Roberta. Yes.
Oh, Roberta. Do you mind if I call you Ranger Baberta? It's just got a nice
That's fine.
Well, Ranger Baberta, I'm glad you were able to track him down. While I have you, I was interested, is Ranger Chandler around? I had a couple questions, like all of these things about the Devil's Armchair and the rumors I'm hearing. I was just interested in learning a bit more.
Smiley doesn't know. Smiley doesn't know about Ranger
Smiley
Chandler.
doesn't know Ranger.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Thank you. Is there any other ranger around that might have some more background about kind of like the cultural impacts around here, some of the tall tales and the stories over the years?
Yes, that would be Ranger Chandler. He is in the common room.
All right. Is that on the way to you taking this young whippersnapper to the back? Could you drop me off and point me to him?
The common room is over to your right. I'm heading back to the back office in the radio room. That's this way. It's the complete opposite direction. But you'll recognize him. He's a very tall, skinny guy, very animated, but very, very knowledgeable.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Ranger Roberta. I'll be on my way, and Smiley heads to go to the common area.
Okay. So as you
Hey Bob,
go
can
into
you
the
pop
room,
that map up on?
Oh, was it not
map?
up?
No.
Whoops. It should be the landing page. That's what should be up right
No, I might have switched it on accident earlier, and I don't have the ability to do that now. So, you know how to do it, right? Just right-click on the map and click activate.
Okay. That pop up?
Yes, I can
That
definitely
works.
see that.
Yep,
That helps.
That works.
Okay.
Yep.
So you head into the common room. You can see there's a bunch of people in there. People are trying to take the edge off, playing cards, just kind of doing whatever. And Ranger Chandler has a group of smaller kids around him, and he's telling what looks to be like campfire stories to keep the little kids entertained and, calm while this storm keeps rolling in. Because at this point, you can hear the winds howling through the windows. You can see the lightning, and there are very, very frequent instances of very loud and very close thunder.
Agent Smiley, seeing that he's in the middle of doing some stories for some kids, kind of props himself up against a wall or maybe a column and kind of listens in for a little bit to see what he hears.
So it sounds like he is telling a story from, rooted in local culture about, the creation story, the sunbird and kind of all that jazz. The kids are absolutely enthralled because he is just over the top with the storytelling and voices and acting and kind of all that. And it looks like he's going to be on a roll for quite some time here. So we'll cut back to our other agents. Nolan, you're still mowing down on Count Chocula. The door is closed to the other side, and Baker, you hear it open, and in walks Ranger Tamika and Ranger Doug.
Okay, they're already here. All right, very
Yep,
well.
they're here. I was told you needed to speak with both of us.
So it's both of us. It's Baker, those two, and the boy in the supply room.
Yep.
And the boy is still just kind of holding himself, like shaking his head no and that kind of stuff.
I can see the wheels turning.
So I'm not in the room, right? Santorini's in the
you're
kitchen.
not in the room.
Okay.
The door is open. You're not paying attention to anything other than this fucking Count Chocula, which is out of season,
And how
weirdly enough.
loud was that psychic boom or whatever the kid did? Was that like you said, all the doors and cabinets are like comically open and like stuff's everywhere in the room?
It was loud enough to get Ranger Tamika's attention the next room over. So pretty loud. What happened in here? What is going on?
This kid's got it bad. I hate to tell you, but it's the worst case the doc's ever seen. We need to get him to the hospital now. And I mean absolutely now.
Hospital?
Absolutely.
We're in the middle of a torrential downpour and probably the worst storm we've seen up here in 30 years. If there was any way to get out, we could, but we can't medevac him out. We can't. I don't know that any of the vehicles would make it. just with the flash flood hazards and everything, we're right next to a major reservoir. If this rain keeps up, you'll be hard pressed to get out for a couple of days.
Ranger Doug, you're being part of the problem, not the solution. Tamika, what's the best you got?
I mean, there are a couple of vehicles, service vehicles that you could potentially use, but it's going to be hard getting out of here. I will tell you that.
It's a risk we're going to have to take, I'm afraid.
While they're talking, so I imagine that the door from the kitchen back into the supply room, it's kind of cracked a little bit. I walk over to it, but I do not step in the room. I put an arm in, and it's got the box of Count Chocula in his hand. He's like, "You got it in here, Baker? I'm gonna go walk around and see if I can find Smiley. Is that cool with you?" I take that as a yes.
Yes, Baker looks at the box of Count Chocula to the two people that he's trying to convince about the severity of the Count's illness, and it just sighs.
And as he's talking, his arm's still in the room, but the door is closing on it because he's like trying to. He's like, "Why don't you give this to the kid?" And he just drops it on the floor and shuts the door.
He takes the box and gives it to the kid, or puts it down next to the kid and kind of like keeps a little distance from him, though.
Okay.
And then I head towards what looks like a storage room to see if I can find a way into like the common area.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're in the storage room, and it's a storage room. You go through the door and you see the other door on that same wall, and you're not sure where it leads, but it sure sounds like there's a lot of activity on the other side of it.
Okay, I'm just trying to get as far away from that supply room as possible right now.
Go ahead and roll me an alertness.
I was waiting for it.
Nice. Oh, all right.
Okay. Is that good or bad, actually? I'm
Critical
very
success.
alert.
So as you are like heading into the storage room, you catch a glimpse of something kind of creepily ooze underneath the shelving units. And you're not 100% sure, but you're pretty sure that was the thing that just jumped out of this kid.
Okay, so how about you tell me how that critical success looks to you? Like, I'm alert, I see it, I was temporarily insane. Would the critical success break me out of that temporary insanity? Or,
Yeah,
it's up to you?
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I'm
Okay.
cool with that. You're you catch a glimpse of it again, and it kind of snaps you out of that fugue state, and you're like, shit, like it's on now. You're
All right. Is
Yeah.
it dark in there?
It's not exceptionally well lit.
Okay.
It's like a big storage area, almost like a closet. You can see like a drop light or a pull light in the middle of the room because they didn't bother to wire up like actual lighting.
Okay. Well, I pull on the pull light.
Okay. So it lights up, and this thing is on one of the shelves, and it's just kind of pulsing, and it looks like it was about to jump out at you and grab you, but when the light turns on, it fucking scurries away again.
Okay. Didn't want to hijack the scene with Lee, so if you want to switch back to Lee, or I can keep going, it doesn't matter.
Why don't we go to Smiley again?
Okay.
Why don't we go to Smiley again?
You're
on
muted.
mute, Paul.
That would help.
There we go.
So Smiley's standing there kind of listening to the story that the kids are having. Does it seem like it's coming to a natural breaking point?
Yep. He is, he finishes telling his story, and the kids are, everybody's, oh, that was awesome. And they're taking a 15-minute break.
Okay, so Smiley kind of goes up and says, "Hey, are you Ranger Chandler by any chance?"
Yep, that's me.
Hey, yeah, nice to meet you. I've been hearing some really great things, and gotta say, the story you just told was very riveting. How long have you been doing this?
I've been a park ranger here for only about 2 years, but my bachelor's degree is in cultural studies, so that's how I got this job. I'm local, and I've always been fascinated by the history of the area.
That's actually why I came out here myself. I was actually wanting to learn more about the history. I actually took a hike up over to the Devil's Armchair today. It was really interesting.
Oh yeah? How was it? How'd you like it?
It was unsettling. I don't know if it was the stories I heard kind of going over there. I mean, you must hear a lot of the stories. What are the most common things you hear about that area?
Well, I mean, there's legends and tales of strange things in the area for as far back as we have written record of it. There have been disappearances. Some that are, some people have been found, some haven't. I mean, it's vast open spaces out there. So, sometimes people are found, sometimes not. And when they're not, your mind automatically goes to the darkest places. And things being so isolated out here, your mind just kind of fills in the gaps. So there's a lot of Bigfoot legends. Those are the most popular. I mean, we're prime Bigfoot territory. That's the basic gist of it.
I get you. Yeah, I'm sure that's the human mind, right? We seek for patterns where they may not be, or maybe there are patterns that we just don't see. What's your personal take on it, stories aside? What do you think happens in that area?
My personal take on it?
Yeah.
I think that there's some very strange things happening out there, but I'll be damned if I know what it is. We have no evidence of anything. The most, compelling thing would be the discovery of this McGill kid. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. I've heard all sorts of stories. I mean, personally, I think he might be playing a prank on everyone, but we'll see. Speaking of evidence, there's this interesting thing I saw over there. I just wanted to kind of get your take if you recognize the symbol. And he pulls up kind of his drone recording where he has took a picture of the strange symbols we found on the rocks.
Sure. So it's very faint. It looks like Nahuatl.
Nahuatl? What's that?
It's a language from one of the tribes that used to inhabit the area, but it's not a dialect that I've ever seen. If you can get me some still photos, I can see if I can come up with some references and try and translate.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I have some interest myself in foreign languages and languages in general, especially from indigenous populations. Do you have any material around here about the Nahuatl?
I don't know if we have any books or anything. There may be some pamphlets up at the reception desk that detail a little bit, but nothing academic.
Okay. Well, again, I don't want to take you away from all the storytelling and all the things you're trying to help entertain the kids, but I just wanted to hear a little bit from you and just get a little bit more information about the area, so appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Just let me know if you need anything else.
And with that, Smiley will kind of disengage the conversation, and we're in the common room.
So, you are do you see where the door is leading to the storage room?
Yeah.
You are basically right up against that exterior window right there, or the exterior door wall. He had the story circle kind of over. You guys can't see my cursor. Let's see if I can draw on it.
If you hold down the left mouse button, well, it might not work because it's not a scene.
Okay. So it would be, you guys were down in what's essentially the bottom left corner if you're looking at the map.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that, I think Smiley would hearing about the Nawadal, he's just kind of chasing any loose threads he can. I think he would try to go to the front desk and see if he can get that pamphlet to learn anything he could.
Okay, cool. So we will cut back to Baker and the Rangers and Brandon McGill. So Agent Doug asks him, what does he have that's so critical that we need to get him out of here at this very minute? He's been fine up until 10 minutes ago when you guys showed up and started poking and prodding him.
Well, that's the thing. And the doctor, medical jargon, he'll be able to explain it to you better than I can, but effectively it has to do with recovery from traumatic events, and it can make a tremendous difference. The impact that we have, the earlier we address the issues. He was conducting a routine assessment regarding some trauma, and specifically that's what caused the incident. He thinks it may be one of the worst cases he's ever seen, is what I gathered from it. And if the kid's still just shaking there, he's just kind of like looking at him.
He's starting to kind of calm down a little bit by this point. Roll me a persuade.
37.
All right. Well, we'll give you the keys, but Ranger Tamika is coming with you guys. She's been his point of contact, the whole time. She keeps him calm, and Tamika says, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll go."
Great. We'd love to have another, person there to advocate for him.
Okay. I will go and grab the keys, and we're going to start getting everybody kind of suited up for the weather. I will tell you, like I said, there's flash flood hazards. It's getting pretty bad out there now. We have no idea when the actual storm itself is going to end, but it is parked essentially right over our section of the park. I would advise you take some provisions with you, just in case you get stranded and, we can't get out to perform a rescue for hours to a couple of days.
Understood. Better bring some extra batteries for your radio, too, while you're at it.
I've got them on me.
We'll be all set soon.
Okay. So Doug goes off and gets the keys for you. He says, it is the, I don't know, what's a good overland, vehicle? I haven't had to do anything of that. Wrangler? Nah, not a Wrangler. That's too passé.
A Toyota Tacoma?
Yeah! Good call, Smiley. It's the white Tacoma directly next to the building. It's got a full tank of gas. You'll be able to fit the four of you in there, but it's going to be cozy.
Okay. All right. We'll have to make do.
Okay. While you're getting prepped, is there anything you want to raid from the pantry or any other provisions that you would like to try and take with you?
He would, I guess, poke his head and look for the dock, and he would. I see that we have on Foundry a cell phone. I assume these are contacts. Is this a secure phone or a burner phone kind of thing?
That is, I don't know. I haven't messed with it too much.
Okay.
I just thought it's cool.
For game purposes, sure. For this session's purposes, absolutely. We can use it as a secure phone.
Okay. He is going to just group text Dr. Santorini and Derek Smiley with, oh, look at this. Look, got a little text come in. It even dinged.
That's awesome.
I was trying to figure out how to do it.
All right.
Okay, cool. So he said,
"What's up? How you guys making out so far? Just checking in."
kind of thing. I'm going to say,
Taking the kid to hospital. Leaving soon. Blob on loose. Not sure. Good luck.
Blob on loose. Amazing. Okay.
And I am responding.
Get me the fuck out of here! It's all caps! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
I just messaged Baker.
Blob with me in the storage room. Somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not very good for the podcast.
It's fine. It's funny.
That's okay. It
Okay.
is cool. It's a neat feature.
Smiley.
Yep. When Smiley gets the text message saying taking the kid to the hospital, leaving soon, he says,
Nice. How did he sneak outside, by the way? But Berta brought him back, I saw.
And Baker's sitting in the supply room, takes a handful of Count Chocula while he's looking at that text and looking at the kid. Go to somebody else for a while.
Okay.
Be right back.
So, okay. What's everybody's course of action gonna be, like, pending the results of this conversation? Like, is anybody gonna go with? I'm assuming that Santorini is probably gonna be press gang to go either way.
Well, Santorini doesn't know this is all happening. Like, well, he knows. So I'm guessing Baker text. We all are in a group text, I'm guessing, because what it's showing on here is nobody's text. Yeah, so I'm guessing we're in a group text.
Right.
Hey, being like a doctor, I am way too curious about this white blob thing, and I wanna. You said it scurried away, so I wanna search for it a little more.
You're gonna search for the blob?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and do that now? Go ahead and roll it.
You gotta be flipping kidding me with these rolls.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, so I'm going through. I'm guessing it's a storage room, so there's like totes and whatnot. I'm opening up the totes on the shelves and looking around behind corners, and I'm not seeing it anywhere.
No, you are not. You are hearing something move around, though. You kind of can't tell where it's coming from, but it's up to you. Kind of at this point, are you going to keep looking, or are you going to kind of give up the ghost right here and move to something different?
I'm gonna pull out my. I know it's lit, but being how that thing reacted when I turned the light on, I'm gonna pull out my flashlight and I'm gonna search a little bit more if you'll allow it. If you think I've already searched everything, then I would.
No, I will give you one more search roll. But
right.
now you're digging into the little, the minute things in the room.
Okay.
And it's gonna take longer. So if you roll, to really search the room is gonna take 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
If you want to hastily, just start tearing bags open and shit and throwing it all over the place, you can do it half an hour, but you're at a -20.
Okay. I will.
real quick, once Santorini said blob in the storage room, first off, I guess, would I know where the storage room is if no one has pointed it out to me? I guess I could ask. I think since I haven't made it to the front, I would probably head to the storage room to support Santorini, because Baker already said he's going with the kid to the hospital, knowing that connection won't make it weird or anything.
Okay. That's the plan then?
Yeah, I think I'd go in and just help support Santorini in the search. So,
all right,
give him aid or whatever it is.
With Smiley helping out, that's just a flat roll for the half hour.
Okay. So Smiley walks in the room and he sees me, and I look eyes wide, all disheveled, I do not look the same as the last time he saw me. It looks like I've been through some shit that he wouldn't really. He knows I saw the white blob, but Smiley wouldn't even really know about the white blob.
Nope. No, all he knows is blob.
So as I'm searching around, I'm bent over looking for stuff. I'll roll my search right now. I got a fucking 95, which is a failure.
So while you're bent over, it diddles your pooter.
I jump up and I look, I turn around and I see Smiley, and I frantically, like, giving him the rundown of what happened in the room. Like, so we went in the infirmary with the boy. I did my medical examination. I tried to take some blood out of him. This white freaking goo popped out of his finger and it ran away like it was living, and I couldn't find it, and it scared the shit out of me. I ran out of the room and I ate some Count Chocula, and I calmed down a little bit, and I went into the storage room here and I saw it again. I turned the light on, it ran away, and now I can't find it.
Wow, your time's been a lot more eventful than mine. You're having fun on your first mission, Santorini. I can see it in your eyes.
Fun?
Welcome to Delta Green, buddy.
This is some bullshit.
All right. Let me help out. So how big is this thing?
About the size of a Shih Tzu. Right, Bob? Actually, we never really, I just pictured it about the size of a Shih Tzu.
It's a Chihuahua-sized jizz monster.
Yeah.
Chihuahua size, yeah.
About the size of a Chihuahua.
No, 30 cc's isn't.
I don't even know what that is. You said that last time? Like half the people might listen.
Milliliters.
Okay.
So not very big, right?
Yeah.
But big enough to scare the shit out of you when you see it jump out of this kid's hand and, it shrieks at you.
I mean, so when he asked how big it is, I put my hands out like this, like way bigger than it actually is, just because I'm so freaking freaked out about it. So yeah.
That thing's pretty. And explain again, how did it come out of the kid?
It like, do you know what the term money shot means?
In the news biz, we use that word very differently, I have a feeling.
I pricked that kid's finger, and it like shot out and like projectile vomited out of his finger, and it let out this screech and scurried away.
Interesting. Well, I know Baker's hoping, I think, you go take the kid to the hospital. We'll have to figure that out. One last idea. If it is kind of from, coming from a finger prick, do you think any chance based on your medical knowledge, we could like set a trap? Maybe you can like take some of my blood, put it in a little container and see if we can catch it? I know we're dealing with the unknown, so maybe no idea. But if it came out, I'm just wondering, maybe that's a way to set a trap or something.
I mean, as Nolan can't think of anything, but I can roll a medicine roll if Bob wants me to. But I would tell Smiley, when I turned the lights on, it scurried away. I feel like turning the light off might calm it down a little bit and maybe lure it back out. I have no idea.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a medical thing. You could try an occult roll. I'll give you an occult roll.
Okay. That is a success. 29 under 30.
Barely, yeah. So yeah, to you trying to turn the lights out and trapping it seems like it could be a viable strategy.
Okay, so I'm going to. I asked Smiley. I'm like, it's the only thing I can think of. We can turn the lights off and just listen, and maybe we can hear it around here somewhere.
I think that's great. I've got my flashlight, and Smiley gets his out. Kind of flicks it real quick. We could each get in different corners, turn the lights off, and then try to like chase him into like a box or something and it would hide in.
All right, so I take one of the totes that has a bunch of random stuff in it, and I dump it on the floor, and then I move to the opposite corner of the storage room. Well, I turn the light off and rush over to the opposite corner of the storage room.
Before you turn the light off, I need Lee to make me a luck roll.
All right. Let's see if I can figure this out.
It's the 3 buttons up
Top.
Right. Yep.
There we go. Thank you.
Fail.
Ooh.
80.
Well, depending on how you look at it. So, you guys all hear another gigantic crash of thunder. And it turns out you don't have to turn the lights out because the lights are out on their own. From the common area, you hear people start wigging out. People are freaking out. You can hear the ranger that's in there like, everybody calm down. It's just a power outage. It's part of the storm. You know, we have emergency lights. It'll be a little cozy, but you know, we've been through worse. We'll be okay. And we'll move to, how much time we got? Oh, we still got another 45
about
minutes.
half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Try for a half an hour, but if it goes over, we're good.
Okay. So at this point, Agent Baberta, or Ranger Baberta, has made it back to the back room with Brandon McGill number 2. Tamika sees this and she can't, her brain doesn't connect the dots. She's like, where did you get him? Did he run off? Like, he was just in the infirmary with the FBI agents. And Agent Baberta is like, no, we found him out in the woods just before the storm kicked off. So we're going to roll Agent Tamika, or Ranger Tamika's sanity.
So where's Brandon McGill number 1 right now?
With Baker in the infirmary still.
And this is all happening with new Brandon McGill. Where at?
The room directly next to the infirmary with Agent Baker.
Like where the stairway. So both Brandons are in the same room.
They are not in the same room. The door is closed at this point.
Okay.
That's why Tamika is confused. It's because I just left him in the other room.
So they're outside of the room of Baker and Brandon McGill number 1.
Yes, the left hand does not know what the right hand is doing.
Gotcha.
And let's see here. Sanity. She doesn't know what to do at this point and has a complete mental breakdown. Yes. She's gone temporarily insane and she goes to draw her weapon and she's gonna attempt to shoot the kid.
This will help so much with our cover-up story if this happens.
Which kid? Which Brandon McGill?
The kid that she's currently with. Not McGill number 1, McGill number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Off the
This is
rails.
Tamika?
This is Tamika. So
You're hired.
yeah, right. She draws her gun before the other ranger can stop her, and she pulls the trigger. She lets off a round and completely whiffs. Brandon, number 2, dives out of the way, and Ranger Baberta they're currently locked in combat, and she's trying to wrestle the gun away from Tamika. The rest of the Rangers and the rest of the facility all heard the gunshot go off. So it is now panic, and there are several other uniformed Rangers currently running to that back room. What do you want to do, Baker?
Smiley has the phone in one hand with the flashlight in the other and types, Baker, was that you again?
He's
just
way
fun.
more discreet than that.
Well, and that all just happened on the map, like out here in this area?
Yeah, so directly next to the room that you're currently in. That that first supply room, that's where you guys are with the infirmary. It's in that actual ranger station. Like there's a little back room back there by the stairs. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, in the moments leading up from that, he had texted Smiley as well. I have no idea. Also, there may be a pot in the kitchen for Blob ? To respond to him. But in the interim, there he looks at the kid and kind of shakes the box at him, and he says, "What are you? What was that thing that came out of you?"
He's. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I remember, I already told the doctor.
Or can I make a check or anything? Is it human to see if he's BSing me? Or
yeah, you can roll a human. Sure.
Doesn't matter. Failure. 27. All right. Well,
without the human roll, I can tell you he is genuine. He's not trying to pull the roll over, guys. If he remembers anything more than kind of what he's already told you, he doesn't know that he remembers it, right? That shit's locked deep. But he is genuine in telling you that he doesn't remember.
All right. And then I assume that's when the gunshot goes off.
Yeah.
As he's kind of making like a, I'm not sure if I buy this kind of thing, face at the kid. The gunshot goes off, and what's the kid's wearing, a little jacket?
Yeah, he's
long sleeve shirt, or
jacket.
All right, he grabs the kid, not hard or anything like that, and he says, "Come on, you're going to come with us. We have people that can help you."
Okay, where are we going?
You and I and Ranger Tamika are going to see your parents.
Okay. That sounds good. And he becomes compliant. At this point, mind you, the power is also out too.
Okay, he says, "Stay with me. You'll be safe. We're going to go meet your parents at the hospital. We just need to go see Ranger Tamika."
Okay. Cool. So as you opened the door to that room, you see kind of all this chaos going on all at once. The two rangers are locked in a grapple on the ground, just trying to get the gun away from each other. The other Brandon is huddled in the corner. You can't get a good look at him, but you just know, you see there's another kid there. And as you do that, that's when the other couple of rangers come in and they are drawn down. So, as that happens, is put the fucking gun on the ground. Get on the ground now. No, they're already on the ground. Drop the gun. Drop the fucking gun. And she's still completely and totally out of it.
Baker goes over and tries to with the other one and says, "Oh, good, y'all found the twin." He doesn't know reference, like they're fighting over the gun on the floor kind of thing.
Yeah. Found the twin. What?
We'll take him too, he says as he comes down.
So
Tamika,
okay,
what's going on?
The other rangers haven't even seen anything with this other kid. She was bringing him back there when this all kind of took off. Ranger Doug wasn't informed that this kid was back there or whatever, so this is news to all of them as well.
Yeah, the only reason that Tamika went nuts is because she had just seen him in the infirmary, and then just seen him right after outside of the infirmary. Nobody has seen both of them at the same time in the same place.
Right. Exactly. But with all the rest of the chaos going on, the rangers aren't focused on the kid huddled in the corner, so it's barely perceptible. They are worried about defusing the situation with the armed park ranger, who is apparently now shooting rounds off in the middle of a very busy tourist center and campsite. So if you wanted to kind of scoop by and try and grab the other kid, you can do that. I don't know how you're going to make it across the room without putting yourself in the line of fire. And everybody's kind of twitchy right now, obviously. Again, they're still fighting over the gun.
Baker would come in and attempt to, I guess, take possession of the weapon and assist. Crit fail.
She like in the midst of the struggle, she's able to get her finger on the trigger one more time, and it was very unfortunately timed because she straight up domes herself. That's what you get for a critical fumble, doesn't it? Wow. So now there's that on top of it. This is a bad camping weekend, man. Like, this 4th of July is going to hell in a handbasket real fucking quick.
So I just want to state that in the other room, the lights are off, and our plan was to try to lure this thing out, but we're hearing all these gunshots and stuff happening a couple rooms over. Santorini would feel like being in the room he's in now, trying to lure this thing out, is more important to him than going to scope out the situation in a couple rooms over. That's why he hasn't run out to see what the hell's going on.
I mean, that's it's your world, baby girl. You do whatever you feel like. Baker, you're not adapted to violence yet, are you?
I wish. I think I actually have one saved from the last thing, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't find it on my sheet, so I can't.
Yeah, I was really bad at tracking that.
Go ahead and roll me one.
Do I just click this here, or the sanity check?
Yeah, just a sanity check.
Sanity check coming. Success.
All right. You don't take anything from seeing that. You're pretty well hardened. You're a pipe hitter, man. You're used to doing that shit, so doesn't bother you. You can, at this point, continue to make your leave or wrangle up, grab the other kid. It's up to you. You've got free agency to act while everybody else is now completely and totally losing their minds.
All right. Baker's going to, I guess, grab the other kid if he can in the chaos and in the fray. And which other Rangers are in there with him right now? And is there like civilians as well? Like a lot of people are seeing all this?
No civilians. 2 of the Rangers. So Ranger Doug is in there, and there is
Roberta.
Yep. Roberta. She's on the ground, covered in brains, completely and totally shell-shocked. And there's another armed Ranger also drawing down with Officer Doug, but they're all in shock. There hasn't been an officer-involved shooting in this neck of the woods in as far back as anybody can remember. Nobody's prepared for this.
All right, Baker says, just in a commanding voice, it says, Ranger Doug, get your station in order.
It's absolutely. Do you? Okay. I need to call somebody. I need to do somebody, and frantic, just inconsolable, potentially open to suggestion in his current state.
Take care of your fellow Rangers and your guests. I'll take care of the children. These poor kids. Okay, he says.
Okay. Yeah. You got the keys, you got your supplies, everything you need?
I've got them, yeah, and he's got, like, I guess some gear from the kitchen, and takes the other kid and says, come on, we're going to go see your parents at the hospital, and tries to duck out if he can, and he says, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
And he means it for once, to everybody.
As you're making your way out, heading towards the main area, the parking lot, you look outside, you can see, again, just absolutely just a torrential downpour, and people are freaked out because of the shooting, the gunshots, and from one side of the lobby, you hear the crunchy hippies that you guys met on the trail earlier start just completely losing it, saying that they just saw Bigfoot staring in through one of the windows. And we'll cut back to our intrepid agents trying to trap the blob in the storage closet.
Yep, and Santorini's intentions were pretty clear. Agent Smiley had a moment where he was like, maybe we should go, but looked over at Santorini and kind of just made eye contact of like, should we go or not?
Yeah. Santorini's like ready to go. Like he's like crouched in. He's got this tote in one hand, his flashlight in the other, and he just has like intent in his eyes, like waiting to see or hear anything move after all that commotion that happened outside of the room.
Perfect. And with that kind of guarantee from the way that he's proposed, Smiley in his head thinks Baker's got this covered and similarly gets very prepped to catch this thing. They're probably not going to get many other chances.
While he's sitting there waiting to hear anything, he does look up at Agent Smile and he's like, listen, this is probably not the best time for this, but since I got you alone, I got a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
Back on our way into this place, I asked Baker about what happened to the danglers. And when he said that McNulty took care of them, you had a look on your face. What was that all about?
It's tough, Santorini. There's been a couple things in stories he's said that haven't quite added up. I don't have anything concrete, but I think more happened there than Baker was willing to let on.
So as you guys are having this conversation, out of the corner of your eye, Santorini, you see this thing start creeping out. It's moving real slow, and you catch almost like a silvery glint just off of whatever ambient light is still left in the room.
So as I'm talking to Smiley about this stuff,
you guys are having...
I cut it off, and I just go, I put my finger to my mouth, and I say, shh.
Smiley nods.
Keeps
and then I wait.
Inching out to the middle of the room a little bit more.
I take my flashlight and I don't shine it at it, but just kind of like off to the side of it to let Smiley notice it if he hasn't already.
Okay. You don't spook it at this point, and it moves a little bit further out. It's probably...
How far away from me?
About...
Closer to me or...
10 feet.
Okay.
Split the difference between the two of you.
Okay. I am gonna...
Split the difference between the two of you. It doesn't seem to notice that it's not alone in here.
Okay. I'm gonna quietly take 2 steps toward it, and if it still doesn't notice me, I'm gonna leap at it and try to take that tote and put it over it.
Roll a stealth.
Oh God. Okay.
Also, real quick, Smiley seeing Santorini get ready is prepping the flashlight to be able to kind of hit it and try to guide it right after in case it fails.
Okay, well, I failed the stealth.
Wait a minute. Okay, so
it failed.
The thing in the the jizz monster also failed its stealth, or its alertness roll, but that was a critical fumble against your regular one. So it doesn't notice. You lucked out.
Okay, so I take 2 steps.
If you want,
and I leap at it. Now tell me if you need me to roll anything or it just happens.
Athletics.
Okay. Under 30. Under 30. No.
I will give you a plus 20 for that because you were this was pre-planned. You've been waiting for it.
Okay.
We'll
I
count
leap.
that. I'll fudge that one.
And I'm also trying to help. Like, I probably stun it with the flashlight at the same time you leap or
Yeah,
something like that, too.
as I'm jumping, gets about a foot above this thing, and Smiley shines its flashlight on it, and it's like, and I come down with the tote on top of it, and then I quickly.
I need Smiley
Okay.
to roll a luck.
Okay.
A luck?
Yep.
Where is the luck button? I always forget.
The up top, the three little dots.
Oh, yeah, it's a strange little spot. Please work. Please work. No, crit. Failure. Why do I even try to help? Why do I even try?
Santorini goes to Smiley. Hey, man, you're a real piece of shit, man.
It is going to. Where is the fucking sheet for it? It's gonna try and grapple itself, launch itself at Smiley, and try to grapple itself around him as much as it can. Can't buy roll today, so it doesn't get out of the way in time, and you come over the top as this thing tries to launch itself at Smiley. Fucking, you bring the tote down, you hear it thump off of like the hard plastic.
So it's in there.
It's in there. It's in there.
Okay,
But
I
it
stand
does
up.
not sound happy. It
Yeah,
is.
I stand up and I sit on top of the tote and be like, I take a breath and I say, Smiley, hit that light up there. Oh, the lights
Hold
are.
the pull light.
Nothing happens because the power's
out.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
So you're.
All right.
Yeah.
Is the plan to just reenact the worst part of Dreamcatcher for the rest of the scenario then? For
Yeah,
the
no, so
five people who have seen that movie.
I've seen
Smiley
it. I don't
says to
remember anything about it.
Santorini, just sit there. I'll look for something else that we can kind of slide underneath, capture it kind of in between, and then we'll flip it over. So I look around for like a thin like PVC board or something I can like slide underneath.
Roll a
Oh, so close. 24.
you find something that you think may work, but it isn't the right size, right? Like you'd have to execute the move pretty efficiently to make sure this thing doesn't get out again. And right now, with him sitting on it, you can hear this thing is pissed, and it is trying to punch its way through the.
Can I make a search? And like it's a storage room in a ranger station. There might be a shop vac.
It's dark, and you are. It's dark. You're. Roll it at -20.
Okay. Search?
Yeah.
Nah. Nope.
I should have you search first. You're way better at searching than I am.
You do spy not a shop vac, but a dust buster.
I mean, I point it out to Smiley, and I say, "Go grab that dust buster."
Okay.
Put it by the tote, and on the count of 3, I'm gonna lift this thing up, and you crank that thing on.
Okay, I'm good with that. Or I can see if the kitchen has a knife. I could just poke a hole in real quick
just
and
do
try
this.
to.
We gotta get this thing. Nah.
All right, let's go. All right, I prepped the dustbuster.
All right. So Santorini looks at Smiley and he's like, "All right, 1, 2,
3.
And he gets off the tub and cracks it open a little bit, and Smiley does his thing. I don't know if you want to make him roll anything or what.
So, against all odds, the dustbuster does indeed turn on, and you see this thing like, it's agitated, whatever, but it gets picked up by the dustbuster, and it's in there. it's the most Three Stooges shit ever. But it's in there, and again, it's angry and it wants out.
I just love Baker's in this intense situation where like people are dying and we're in here playing Scooby-Doo.
You got life or death, like trying to get the kid to the hospital, and these two are dicking around with a dustbuster and a jizz monster.
Santorini's like, I don't know how long that thing's gonna hold that in there. Let's go find Baker and make our next move.
Agreed. Let's go.
Okay, you guys are meeting up. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we're about at
make your way-
time too. So
yeah.
if you could wrap it up.
You guys make your way out there, and you see Baker kind of taking stock of the situation, and take it from there.
Baker's got both Brandon McGill's next to him.
He has both of them next to him. So you see, you guys have both seen, or no, Nolan, you've seen one. Mm-hmm. Smiley's seen one, but neither of you noticed the other at this point in time because they're both kind of huddled up. You just see that there's, two kids with him.
Okay. Smiley's
Baker.
like, sorry. Go ahead, Baker.
Baker sees them come through holding a dustbuster and puts two and two together and says, "We're leaving." And just takes the kids and walks out into or actually he stops and he gets down in front of the kids genuinely and he asks, "Y'all gonna be okay if we go out in the rain?"
Yeah, we think so.
Okay, it won't be long. We'll get into the truck pretty quick, okay? I've got the keys.
Okay.
And he jingles the keys for the murdered out SUV that they rode up in.
All right.
As we're walking out, we do notice that there's two kids. We just don't notice that they're both Brandon McGill.
Right.
Right. So I ask Baker, I'm like, who's the other kid?
And yeah, like I would be walking out, like trying to like make way out towards the Ranger truck kind of thing. And just, whenever he's out of earshot from everybody else, be like, I have no idea what is going on. But I know that, we don't want to do whatever we have to do next in front of whatever happens next in front of a bunch of, other people kind of thing.
This
Duly noted.
whole situation since we got here has totally ruined my buzz.
All right.
Why don't we just drive a few miles up the road and try to regroup?
Okay. You guys are able to make it out to the Tacoma out there, and everybody gets in. You turn the ignition over. Who's driving? Who's the wheelman?
Baker usually is. But,
Yeah, Baker will take the kids in the truck, the Ranger truck, since that's what he had agreed to with Ranger Doug. He figured, hey, at least I got bonus vehicle for now.
Okay.
I'll hop in the back with the kids.
Okay.
Is there room for both me and Smiley in the back with the kids?
It's gonna be tight, but yeah, you can manage it.
I would suggest that Smiley sit back there with me and have the two kids between us.
Okay.
It's up to him if he does. But
Real quick, are we going to leave our original vehicle, or are we just
I think
that
we
get
probably
tied
ought
to
to
us
bring
at all?
that with us, in my opinion. Keep a low footprint. I know we're heading out like the mother of all storms or whatever, too. Maybe one goes down. I'm sure that thing's four-wheel drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Suburban is pretty well equipped.
perfect? So I'll take care of going to the Suburban then, and then I'll let them know, hey, and I'll also take the, the dust vac or the vacuum cleaner. I'm going to put it in the spare tire spot in the back and then put the spare tire on top just in case it gets out to try to lock it in a bit better.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Both of the cars fire right up, and you guys set off into the raging storm. And I think that's a good place to cut it for the evening.
awesome.
That was wild.
Sorry, like I feel I'm too scatterbrained, Jane. I didn't take my meth today, so like all fucked up. But was it all right? Like everybody got their piece of the action. Like that's I want everybody to have fun. I'm having fun listening to the shit that you guys get into and throwing even more absurd stuff. So long as you guys are also having fun, I'm going to consider that a success.
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
All right. So things are going to be a little hectic over the next couple weeks. So we'll try to have another episode out by next week. But if we don't, please bear with us. We'll get it under control. But I'm planning on everything being okay. So thanks for listening. And check us out on Patreon. Give us a review on your streaming stuff, a rating. It all does good and helps people find us. And don't forget to keep your sanity in check. See you guys later.
Don't forget to wish Dr. Santorini a happy birthday. Dr. Santorini's player character, Fun Mr. Dolan, is he's got a birthday this upcoming Wednesday.
Yeah.
No way.
The big 2-9.
Fuck out of here. The big 2-9.
4-3.
Well, happy early birthday, Nolan.
Yeah,
Thanks.
happy birthday, man.
All right. See everybody later.
All right. Take care.
See ya.
Yep. Thanks, y'all.